We begin the 9 o'clock hour with some breaking news. The cricketer Joe Root has announced that he is stepping down as England men's Test captain. He's led the side since 2017. Jackie Beltran with me in the studio. Yeah, he's led the side since 2017. Of late, he's not led them to much success.
No, and what is bizarre with this situation is he himself has been very successful. I mean, he's the most incredible batsman. You know, the fact that he ended 2021, which was a terrible year for England cricket, with 1,708 Test runs, which is the third most in history. So he is basically pulling his weight as a batsman over and above.
Doesn't mean you're a great captain, though.
He is not getting the best out of the rest of the team. Now, is that down to him? Is that down to his tactics? Is it just down to the fact that the others aren't in the same league as he is? I mean, he started, 5 years ago, he started off really well as captain and it was a very successful run for England. But of late, one win in 17 tests, they actually equalled England, Bangladesh's record of 9 test defeats in a year in 2021. And I think this is a whole crisis which has been building for a very long time. England very good at the short forms of cricket, increasingly good at the short forms of cricket. And the Test side seems to have been left to sort of just, bumble along and achieve whatever they could. And of late, as you said, they've not been achieving anything. There was, the most recent defeat in the West Indies. They were absolutely thrashed and crushed humiliatingly by Australia in the Ashes. They were 2-1 down to India when that was postponed because of COVID. They lost at home to New Zealand. I mean, you can just keep going back and back and back. And it just, the record doesn't get any better for a very, very, very long time back. So sure. I guess he thought, there must be someone better for the job, but who? That was
going to be my question. Is there an obvious replacement for Root?
No, there isn't. I mean, you can say Ben Stokes probably is the most obvious because, he's very senior. He himself is obviously very talented. He's a match winner. We know all that about Ben Stokes. Can you think of anybody else? I mean, it was, when Alistair...
You're asking the wrong man, to be honest with you, Jackie.
When Alistair Cook was standing down, it was pretty obvious. It was Joe Root. He's the first name on your team sheet, so it was going to be him. And his cricket now is exceptional. It always has been. But I just don't think, apart from Ben Stokes, who would you pick? Their top order has been abysmal. Nobody can quite make that step up from county cricket to the Test arena. No one's making that sort of adjustment very easily. So I don't know who they're going to pick. I mean, Stuart Broad, he's coming to the end of his career. Would you pick him if he's actually now, potentially droppable? I don't know. Is the answer. I don't know what they're going to do. But clearly Joe Root feels he's done as much as he can.
Yeah.
And it is not going well. So, fresh eyes are needed.
Jackie, for now, thanks very much indeed.